Man. So in today's video, we got to talk about Ryan Clark, man. It's looking like Ryan Clark said some things about the Louisiana governor and Charlie Kirk bringing up race and just saying some stuff that he shouldn't have said live on ESPN First Take. We can even see Stephen A. Smith's face. Like, look at Stephen A. Smith's face. This is Stephen A. Smith's face when Ryan Clark was talking in that video. And yeah, man, we're going to cover that in today's video, break this thing down for you guys. Because as you guys can see, look at the feedback right here, man. Everybody is calling for Ryan Clark to be fired from ESPN. I haven't seen Ryan Clark face backlash like this in a while, because we know Ryan Clark constantly comes out and apologizes when he has his little race baits on ESPN and people call him out and stuff like that. You know, the backlash wouldn't be that big, but it'd be significant enough for Ryan Clark to come out and apologize, right? Now this time, man, I woke up today, it was everywhere. Ryan Clark needs to be fired. Ryan Clark is a racist. Ryan Clark said this about the Louisiana governor and Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk fans was going in on Ryan Clark. People was talking about, as you guys can see in this screenshot right here, somebody said right here, I'm finally canceling my ESPN subscriptions because of what Ryan Clark said. A lot of people who watch ESPN First Take and stuff like that, they're just tired of the constant race baiting and all of this stuff that comes from their pundits, right? So now it even got to the point where somebody was pointing out that ESPN, the pundits was putting out these messages, these videos today, saying, you know, trying to tell people like, hey, our YouTube TV deal, something is going on with YouTube TV and Disney. Right now, people who have YouTube TV, they can't watch ESPN, ABC shows and stuff like that. And so they put out this video right here, and somebody was like, it's ironic that they just did this shortly after Ryan Clark had said this. So people was trying to say Ryan Clark is the blame for ESPN and YouTube for all of this stuff that's happening right now. But let me show you guys this video that they have put out, telling their fans to go subscribe somewhere else.
If you're a YouTube TV customer, you may lose access to NFL and NBA games on ESPN and ABC. Visit keepmynetworks.com for more information.
If you're a YouTube TV subscriber, you may not have access to the games you want to watch.
Visit keepmynetworks.com for more information.
So that's the videos a lot of their pundits put out. Stephen A. Smith and a lot of guys over there at ESPN, they all put out videos saying, you know, hey, go to this website and we need you guys to go to that website. And people was like pointing out the fact that, you know, ESPN is full of crap because they just want people to subscribe to their own app right now because, you know, they've been trying to get people to go to ESPN Plus and all of this stuff. So now they're saying that what happened was that YouTube TV, they wanted to keep the deal short. Like they didn't want to overprice their fans. And people was pointing out the fact that ESPN wants to overprice their fans. And since YouTube is not budging, that's the reason why they're doing that, right? But ultimately, the bad timing with Ryan Clark, because this Ryan Clark situation blew up a little bit right before that, because Ryan Clark has said some things about the Louisiana governor, Jeff Landry, and Charlie Kirk live on ESPN First Take. Here's that clip right here. And if you can, be sure to hit that thumbs up. That really does help support my YouTube channel and get these videos pushed out to the algorithm. It's a shorter video, so that really does help. Thank you.
First off, it's the second most ridiculous thing he said this week. The first was standing on campus and saying he wanted to put a statue up of somebody that doesn't represent the people of Louisiana, doesn't represent the players and the students at LSU, doesn't represent the executives that work there. That was the first dumb thing he said this week. This is the second dumbest, right? Amongst a lot of dumb things that he says. Scott Woodard, for whatever he is a man who got Jay Johnson, right? Last I checked, the 2025 Louisiana State University Tiger baseball team was in the White House getting the GAT recently, right? He was there in 2019 when it's one of the greatest college football teams of all time. He also was there when he said, you know what, we're gonna go out and get Kim Mulkey, right? She brings a championship to the school with Angel Reese and with Flau'jae Johnson. And so to me, this is another situation of politicians poking their nose into things that they don't know about. And I honestly believe it was so he can get in front of a microphone and say, look at this connection I have to the president, and he likes to pick winners so he could placate to somebody he idolizes. You don't know nothing about football. There's enough going on in the state of Louisiana that needs to be fixed for its constituents. Well, I don't need you tweeting on Saturday night about what's going on in Tiger Stadium. There is too many issues happening right there under your nose that ain't got nothing to do with sports. Scott Woodard is a good man. Scott Woodard is a man that cares about LSU. In the greatest times, back in the day, he understood what it was like to be a part of a winner, and he's brought more winners back to the school. He didn't miss because Brian Kelly wasn't capable. He missed because Brian Kelly was no longer willing. Brian Kelly was no longer tapped in. Brian Kelly didn't care if the people of Louisiana cared about him, and he didn't care if the players knew that he cared about them. That's where it went wrong. Not in picking a man who was the winningest all-time coach in Notre Dame history. And so for me, it's emotional, clearly, and it pisses me off, but Scott Woodard deserves to pick the next head coach, and the governor should stay out of it.
So that's what Ryan Clark said, man. And like I said, as you guys can see the feedback, everybody is calling out Ryan Clark, and I mean everybody. And it's like, damn, I haven't seen Ryan Clark get backlash like this, so this may be the one where, you know, who knows, ESPN, they might try to look into this because, you know, Ryan Clark got into some of these little bats with some of his colleagues at ESPN, and, you know, some of his colleagues calling him out on their show. You know, remember Pat McAfee, he was trying to threaten to pull up to Pat McAfee's show and try to, you know, have a word and say so about letting Aaron Rodgers say some things about Ryan Clark on his show. And Ryan Clark went on a full tirade on his Twitter account, going in on Pat McAfee and Aaron Rodgers, and was just like, no, I just want to have a conversation. You know, they said it on his show. And then, you know, Ryan Clark was like, I'm near the studio right now. Let me in. And then people were just like, yo, Ryan Clark is bugging out right now. Like, something is wrong with this guy, man. So, yeah, man, you know, how much more can ESPN and Disney put up with this guy when he has these type of takes? And then, you know, he's the type to just kind of crash out. We've seen that as well. So I would like for you guys to get in the comment section down below. I would love to hear your thoughts about today's video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Catch you guys on the next one, and we out, guys. Peace.
Like, I can't lie, man. Having all of these spaces say I'm a racist was tough on me. And it was hard. As much as you try to say you don't care about certain things and you can ignore things as they come, like that thing, right? Like the thing you speak against, the thing you want to eradicate, the people you want to change. It's like, I'm that. You know, I couldn't get it. And like, I've heard race baiter, right? Like the people who want to uphold racism or want to act like it doesn't exist, who call you that so they could devalue your words whenever you speak truth to light. So now when there is discrimination or there is racial bias or there is racism, that nobody listened to him because this is what he's always screaming. And so like, I could ignore that. And because I could ignore that, like, man, I let people lie. I let people misinform. I let people misquote because I didn't really want to get into it. I didn't want to feed into it. I didn't want to really fight a battle. Like I can't win.